over 60? Drink this to reduce blood sugar naturally, and it's probably in your kitchen. If you're over 60 and living with diabetes or prediabetes, that line is designed to get your attention. It's bold, and I'll be honest, this video is about a cluster of drinks that can meaningfully change circulation by restoring nitric oxide, which in turn can support metabolic resilience. But I'll be upfront from the start. I won't promise a cure. I will show you what the research and practical experience say, how to keep your blood sugar safe while trying these drinks, and exactly how to use them so they help instead of hurting. If you want practical, research-backed tips for seniors with diabetes, hit subscribe. You'll want to be here for the 30-day challenge I outline at the end. Imagine your leg arteries like highways that used to be 4 lanes and smooth. Over decades, those lanes narrow and get bumpy. Traffic slows, deliveries are delayed, and the small side streets, the capillaries, get clogged. For many people over 60, a big part of that slowdown is less nitric oxide, a molecule your body uses to relax vessels and improve blood flow. The result is colder feet, numbness, cramps, slower healing, more falls, and a real hit to mobility and independence. It's visceral. Walking that used to feel easy now feels heavy, and small wounds take longer to close. That loss of circulation also makes nerves more vulnerable and can complicate metabolic control. That's the problem we're trying to target. Here's the science in plain language. As you age, the body's ability to produce nitric oxide declines. Some clinical reports suggest large drops compared to younger adults. Dietary nitrates, found concentrated in certain vegetables and some fruits, can be turned into nitrite and then into nitric oxide through a pathway that starts in your mouth. Tiny bacteria on the tongue convert nitrate to nitrite. When the nitrite reaches the stomach and bloodstream, it can form nitric oxide. In clinical settings, researchers have recorded acute improvements in blood flow. In some cases, studies have reported leg blood flow increasing by 30 to 50% after nitrate-rich drinks. Those circulation effects are supported for the role of nitrates to increase blood flow and vasodilation. What is less clear, and here I'm intentionally cautious, is whether these nitrate drinks directly reduce blood sugar. Any direct claim that a drink will lower your blood glucose must be marked indefinitive unless specific trial evidence supports it. What we do know is that improving circulation and oxygen delivery and reducing inflammation can indirectly support metabolic health and insulin sensitivity. So think of these drinks as metabolic supports, not treatments. Now I'm going to run a fast ranking of 10 drinks, from least helpful or most risky for blood sugar up to the most useful options. And then we'll deep dive into the top 3 with recipes, dosing, taste hacks, cost, and safety notes. For every drink, I'll give you 1-line verdicts, what the research shows about circulation, and the glycemic caveats you must consider. Number 10. Sugary fruit juices and store healthy blends. Verdict: avoid if you have diabetes. What people call natural juice often carries 20 to 40 grams of sugar per 8 to 12 ounce serving. Specific grams vary by product. These will spike blood sugar and undermine any marginal nitrate benefit. Evidence on circulation? Weak to none for standard fruit juice. Caveat: high glycemic load. Dilution and heavy pairing with fiber and protein are essential if you choose to sip them. Evidence level for blood sugar reduction? Undetermined. These are more likely to raise glucose. Number 9. Sports drinks and high-sugar recovery beverages. Verdict: counterproductive. They provide sugar and electrolytes, but not nitrates. Circulation benefit? None relevant. Caveat: blood sugar spike risk is high. Not recommended for seniors with diabetes. Number 8. Bottled cold-pressed commercial beet blends with added fruit. Verdict: mixed. Some products contain genuine beet nitrate, but often include added fruit juices for taste, pushing sugar content up. Circulation benefit? Present but diluted by sugar load. Caveat: check labels and choose unsweetened or dilute heavily. Evidence level for blood sugar reduction? Undetermined. Number 7. Green tea. Verdict: supportive but not nitrate-rich. Green tea has antioxidants and may modestly improve metabolic markers over time, but it's not a primary nitric oxide booster. Circulation benefit? Modest and indirect, may support endothelial health. Caveat: caffeine sensitivity in older adults. Effect on blood sugar is modest and indirect. Evidence level for blood sugar reduction? Indirect. Some trials suggest small improvements when combined with lifestyle. Number 6. Kombucha and fermented teas. Verdict: trendy with potential gut benefits but variable nitrates. Circulation benefit? Minimal relative to nitrate sources. Caveat: sugar content varies. Homemade batches can be unpredictable. Evidence level for blood sugar reduction? Undetermined to indirect, depending on formulation. Number 5. Watermelon juice. Verdict: surprisingly helpful. Watermelon contains citrulline, which can support nitric oxide pathways and is hydrating and pleasant. Circulation benefit: moderate. Some studies report a benefit due to citrulline converting to arginine and supporting NO. Caveat: natural sugar in watermelon can raise glucose. An 8-ounce serving often has 10 to 12 grams of sugar. Dilute and pair with protein and fiber. Evidence level for blood sugar reduction: undetermined, indirect. Number 4. Hibiscus tea, unsweetened. Verdict: strong alternative for seniors with BP concerns. Hibiscus has shown blood pressure lowering effects in clinical studies, a benefit for cardiovascular risk, and is naturally low in sugar. Circulation benefit: modest to meaningful via vasodilation and lower BP in some trials. Caveat: can interact with antihypertensive medication by lowering blood pressure further. Check with your clinician. Evidence level for blood sugar reduction: indefinito. Benefits are mainly vascular and BP related. Now we get to the top 3, the real practical contenders that consistently show up in the nitrate literature and in clinical practice as the best options for older adults who want circulation support with attention to glycemic safety. Number 3, celery juice, fresh, pure. Verdict: convenient daily nitrate source. Evidence on circulation: celery contains nitrates and polyphenols that support vascular function. Studies indicate modest acute improvements in flow. Practical dose: 16 fluid ounce, about 4 to 5 large stalks, is the standard juice amount used in practical protocols. Sugar caveat: celery is low in sugar, so it's one of the safer juices for people with diabetes. If you have a juicer, this is one of the easiest to prepare daily. Taste hack: blend with cucumber and a splash of lemon. Dilute if texture feels heavy. Evidence level for blood sugar reduction: indefinito. Supportive for circulation. Any glycemic improvements are indirect. Number 2, arugula smoothie, fresh greens blend. Verdict: highest nitrate density per cup. Arugula and other leafy greens like spinach and rocket are among the most nitrate-rich vegetables. A quick recipe that balances flavor and blood sugar safety. 2 cups fresh arugula, 1 cup blueberries, 1/2 small banana, 1 cup unsweetened almond milk. This combo gives you a high nitrate base plus fiber from fruit to blunt glucose spikes. Evidence on circulation: strong for high nitrate greens, boosting nitrite NO levels rapidly. Caveat: keep fruit limited to low sugar berries and a half banana. The smoothie retains fiber, so glycemic impact is less than juice. Evidence level for blood sugar reduction: indirect. Circulation and anti-inflammatory support may help metabolic health. Number 1, beetroot juice, pure, unsweetened. Verdict: the king for nitrate-driven circulation boost. In trials, an 8 fluid-ounce serving of concentrated beetroot juice has been linked to large acute increases in plasma nitrite and measurable improvements in walking distance and leg blood flow. Studies have reported increases in leg perfusion and reductions in blood pressure in the hours after ingestion. Practical dose: 8 fluid ounce, 240 milliliters, of pure beetroot juice on an empty stomach. Waiting 30 minutes before eating is the most common protocol. Glycemic caveat: beetroot juice contains natural sugars and can raise blood glucose in some people. Dilution and pairing strategies are essential for people with diabetes. Also beware oxalates. Beets are moderately high and can increase kidney stone risk in susceptible individuals. Evidence level for blood sugar reduction: indefinito for direct glucose lowering claims, supported in transcript for circulation and nitric oxide increases. Those were the quickfire verdicts. Now let's slow down and get practical for the top 3. What to buy, what equipment you need, exact recipes, timing, dilution, and safety steps to protect blood sugar. Beetroot juice: how to use it safely and effectively. Beetroot is the most studied single drink for acute nitrate delivery. If you want to try it, follow this protocol. Serving: 8 fluid ounces, 240 milliliters of pure beetroot juice. Timing: on an empty stomach in the morning, wait at least 30 minutes before eating anything. That gives the nitrite-nitric oxide pathway time to do its work and may enhance uptake. Frequency: once daily is the practical starting point. Some people rotate every other day to avoid oxalate buildup. Preparation options: buy a 100% beetroot juice with no added sugar, or make your own in a juicer by blending roasted beets and straining. If store-bought beet juice tastes too sweet, or you're worried about glucose spikes, dilute 8 fluid ounces of beet juice with 8 to 12 fluid ounces of cold water and add a squeeze of lemon. Dilution reduces sugar concentration while preserving nitrates. Blood sugar management: measure your pre-drink and 1-hour post-drink blood glucose the first week to see your personal response. If you notice significant spikes, dilute more heavily. Reduce the serving to 4 fluid ounces, or pair with a small protein snack after the 30-minute wait to temper peaks. Taste hacks: add a splash of plain sparkling water, a squeeze of lime, and a pinch of sea salt. If you need sweetness, use a non-nutritive sweetener such as stevia or monk fruit. Do not add table sugar or honey if you have diabetes. Safety notes: beets can lower blood pressure. If you take antihypertensives, monitor blood pressure closely and inform your clinician. Beets are moderately high in oxalates. If you have a history of kidney stones, consult your clinician before regular use. Expect pink urine or pink stools occasionally. Harmless, but it surprises people. Evidence labeling for beetroot. The role of beets in boosting plasma nitrate and improving vasodilation and leg blood flow is supported in transcript. Any direct claim that beetroot juice will lower your fasting or post-meal glucose is indefinito without targeted clinical trials for that exact outcome. Arugula smoothie, a high nitrate, lower sugar option. Arugula and other leafy greens are among the most nitrate-dense foods per weight. Turning them into a smoothie preserves fiber and lowers glycemic load relative to fruit-only juices. Recipe, single serving. 2 cups fresh arugula, packed. 1 cup blueberries, fresh or frozen. 1/2 small banana. 1 cup unsweetened almond milk. Optional, 1 tablespoon ground flaxseed for extra fiber and omega-3. Expected benefits. High nitrate intake from the greens. Fiber and a small amount of low glycemic fruit help blunt blood sugar responses. The smoothie form slows absorption and is gentler on glucose than a fruit juice. Timing, morning on an empty stomach or as a mid-morning snack. If used to boost circulation, take 30-60 minutes before a walk or light exercise to potentially enhance blood flow to the legs. Glycemic control. The added berries keep sugar modest. If you are highly sensitive, replace banana with 1/4 avocado to lower sugar further and add healthy fats to blunt post-meal glucose. Preparation equipment. A household blender is sufficient. Avoid juicing the arugula alone because juicing strips fiber and increases glycemic effect. Taste hacks. Flash freeze blueberries to thicken the smoothie. Add a small grating of ginger or a squeeze of lemon for brightness. Cost and availability. Arugula can be pricier than iceberg lettuce, but a 5 to 6 ounce bag will make multiple smoothies. Farmers markets and spring greens are typically the cheapest sources when in season. Evidence labeling for arugula smoothie. High nitrate greens support nitric oxide production and circulation, supported in the transcript for the nitrate to NO mechanism. Any assertion that the smoothie will reduce blood sugar directly is indirect or indefinito. Improvements in circulation and inflammation may indirectly support metabolic health over time. Celery juice, convenience with low glycemic risk. Celery became a popular juice for its perceived health benefits. For our purposes, it's a consistent low-sugar source of nitrates and polyphenols. Serving, 16 fluid ounces, about 4 or 5 large celery stalks juiced. Many protocols use this as a morning drink. Timing, on an empty stomach, wait 30 minutes before eating. Glycemic safety, celery is low in sugar, so glucose spikes are unlikely. Still measure your levels the first few days to be safe. Preparation, a juicer yields a smooth celery juice. A blender can be used if you strain the pulp for a juice-like texture. Save the pulp for soups or stews to avoid waste. Taste hacks, add cucumber and a few mint leaves. Squeeze in lemon for flavor. If it feels too fibrous, strain well or add more liquid. Cost and equipment. Celery is inexpensive per stalk, but needs several stalks for 16 ounces. A basic juicer or blender with a fine mesh strainer will work. Safety. Celery may interact with diuretics and blood pressure meds in some people by affecting electrolyte balance. Check with your clinician if you're on multiple medications. Evidence labeling for celery. Supports vascular function via nitrates, supported in the transcript. Any suggestion about direct glucose-lowering effects is indefinito. Now, a few practical, evidence-aligned rules to protect your blood sugar and make these drinks work for you. 1. Empty stomach matters. Drink your nitrate-rich beverage on an empty stomach and wait about 30 minutes to eat. This timing is used in many clinical protocols to maximize nitrate formation and nitric oxide conversion. It is not a magic rule that guarantees outcomes, but it's a reproducible practice in studies. 2. Don't use mouthwash right before or after. The bacteria on your tongue are crucial for converting nitrate to nitrate. Antibacterial mouthwashes kill those bacteria and blunt the benefit. If you're trying a nitrate protocol, skip the mouthwash for that morning or rinse only with plain water. 3. Dilute sugary juices. If you choose a beet or watermelon juice that tastes sweet, dilute it with water or sparkling water 1:1 or 1:2. That preserves many nitrates while lowering the sugar concentration preserving. 4. Pair with protein or fiber if worried about post-drink spikes, but only after the 30-minute window. A small handful of nuts or a Greek yogurt 30 minutes after your nitrate drink helps blunt blood sugar responses to the next meal without interfering with nitrate conversion. 5. Rotate sources. To reduce risks like oxalate accumulation and palate fatigue, rotate your nitrate sources. Beetroot one day, arugula smoothies another, celery juice another. That also spreads cost and prevents monotony. 6. Test and track. For 4 weeks, log your pre-drink and 1-hour post-drink glucose readings, your resting blood pressure, and subjective measures, leg warmth, cramping, walking ease, wound healing. Take a photo of your legs or feet at day 0 and day 30. Sometimes the visual progress is the most motivating. 7. Cost and convenience hacks. Fresh beets and arugula are inexpensive when bought in season or frozen.
Canned or bottled juices often add sugar. Choose unsweetened brands or make small batch fresh juice and freeze single-serving portions for the week. 8. Taste hacks for stubborn palates. Add citrus, mint, cucumber, or a pinch of salt to beet juice. Use ginger in smoothies. Add ice and sparkling water to dilute and improve mouthfeel. Safety, interactions, and red flags. This section is non-negotiable. Do not treat these drinks as medicine or a replacement for your prescribed therapies. Blood pressure interactions. Beetroot and hibiscus have blood pressure lowering properties in studies. If you are on antihypertensive medications, nitrate-rich drinks may amplify the effect and cause dizziness or low BP. Monitor blood pressure closely and inform your prescribing clinician before a routine. Kidney stone history and oxalates. Beets and some leafy greens contain oxalates. If you have a history of calcium oxalate kidney stones, consult your clinician before regular beet or spinach use. Consider rotating to lower oxalate sources like celery and arugula and maintain adequate hydration. Medication changes. Never stop or alter medication doses on your own. These drinks can complement but not replace medical treatment. Tell your healthcare team you are starting a nitrous protocol so they can advise.
Sugar monitoring. If you take insulin or secretagogues, watch for glucose variability. Some people see no change. Others will have measurable post-drink increases. Test early and adjust your approach by diluting or reducing serving size rather than stopping medications. Allergies and intolerances. Some people cannot tolerate concentrated vegetable juices due to gastrointestinal sensitivity. Start slowly, half doses for the first few days. A realistic 30-day implementation plan. Don't try to overhaul everything at once. Use a measured plan so you can see what helps and what doesn't. Week 1, baseline and adaptation. Day 0, record fasting glucose, morning blood pressure, and take photos of legs or feet. Note any leg cramping or numbness. Days 1 through 7, start with beetroot 4 flukes ounces diluted 1-to-1 with water on an empty stomach each morning. Wait 30 minutes before eating. Test glucose before and 1 hour after the drink on days 1, 3, and 7. Note any BP changes. Week 2, ramp up safely. If week 1 shows no problematic sugar spikes and BP is stable, increase to 8 flukes ounces pure beet juice or 8 flukes ounces diluted per your taste, once every other day. On non-beet days, use a celery juice, 16 flukes ounces, or an arugula smoothie midweek. Continue glucose and BP checks twice weekly. Week 3, rotation and exercise pairing. Rotate: beet, Monday, arugula smoothie, Wednesday, celery juice, Friday, hibiscus tea, afternoon. Start pairing nitrate drinks with 15 to 20 minutes of brisk walking 30 to 60 minutes after drinking. Some studies indicate improved perfusion during activity when nitrates are taken beforehand. Week 4, consolidation and tracking. Keep the rotation and on day 30, repeat your baseline measures, fasting glucose, blood pressure, and leg photos. Summarize changes. Any reduction in cramping, improved walking distance, warmth, or quicker wound healing? These functional outcomes are meaningful even if glucose numbers don't shift dramatically. What to expect and realistic timelines. Hours. Some people feel warmer legs, reduced cramping, or a slight drop in blood pressure within the first hours after a nitrate drink. Days. Measurable increases in plasma nitrite and improved flow in lab settings are often recorded within a day or two. Weeks. Repeated use and improved activity levels can amplify functional benefits, better walking endurance, less fatigue, possibly improved metabolic markers over time. Indirect evidence. Months. Durability of effects depends on continued use, diet, exercise, and medications. A few more practical cautions and clarifications. Mouthwash. Again, skip antiseptic mouthwash around nitrate sessions. If you must use mouthwash daily for dental reasons, talk to your dentist about timing. Separate mouthwash use and nitrate drinks by several hours. Sugar grams. Where I couldn't provide exact sugar grams because products vary, I've labeled sugar content as indefinito.
For any packaged juice, check the nutrition label for grams of sugar per serving and choose products with 0 added sugar. When in doubt, dilute and prioritize whole food smoothies instead of pressed fruit-only juices. Cost. Fresh beets and celery are cost-effective in bulk. A small bottle of pure beet juice may cost more, but is convenient. A basic juicer can be a good long-term investment if you plan daily use. Frozen leafy greens and frozen berries are budget-friendly and preserve nutrients. Taste and compliance. The best drink is the one you'll stick with. If you hate beet juice, don't force daily use. Rotate to celery or arugula smoothies. Consistency over novelty matters. Recap. Facts versus realistic claims. Fact. Nitrate-rich drinks like beetroot, arugula, and celery can boost plasma nitrite and increase nitric oxide availability, producing measurable improvements in vasodilation and leg blood flow, supported in transcript. Fact. Some clinical studies show short-term improvements in blood pressure and exercise performance with nitrate supplementation, supported in transcript. Caution. Whether these drinks directly lower blood glucose is in to find out in the absence of targeted trials. Any blood sugar improvements are best viewed as possible indirect benefits from improved circulation, reduced inflammation, and better activity levels. Practical rule: prioritize low sugar preparations, dilute sweet juices, pair with fiber or protein after the 30-minute window, and always check with your clinician if you have BP meds or a history of kidney stones. Final short script for starting tomorrow. Day 1 morning, measure fasting glucose and blood pressure. Drink 4 fluid ounces beetroot juice diluted with 4 to 6 fluid ounces water on an empty stomach. Wait 30 minutes before eating, then have a protein-rich breakfast. Skip mouthwash that morning and floss instead. Walk 15 to 20 minutes, 30 to 60 minutes after drinking. Record your 1-hour post-drink glucose and note how your legs feel. If everything goes well for the first week, move to the 8 fluid ounce beetroot routine every other day. Rotate with a celery juice or arugula smoothie, and keep tracking. One last safety forward note: if you experience dizziness, significant blood pressure drops, kidney pain, severe GI upset, or any adverse reaction, stop the drink and contact your clinician immediately. You came here because you want options that are low cost, evidence-aware, practical, and safe for people over 60 living with diabetes. Beetroot is the single most consistent nitric oxide booster on the list and ranks #1 for circulation. Arugula smoothies and celery juice are excellent low-sugar alternatives that give you flexibility, taste options, and lower glycemic risk. Use empty stomach timing, avoid mouthwash around sessions, dilute sugary juices, rotate sources to reduce long-term risks, and test your glucose and blood pressure while you experiment.
Try the 30-day beetroot challenge I described. Start small, measure carefully, rotate in arugula and celery, and share your results with your healthcare team before making medication changes. If you'd like printable recipes and a 30-day tracking sheet, download the guide in the description and post your progress below so others can learn from what worked for you. And remember, these drinks are tools to support circulation and metabolic resilience. They're complementary to, not substitutes for, your medical care.